what would be your advice for folks who are starting up with angel investing?
Tread with caution. Because it's always exciting. Putting money is always easy. But I would always say approach angel investing also with a portfolio mindset. And this is what many investment advisors also advise us. Any investment that you're making, do that with a certain goal in mind. Because a goal-less or a metric-less approach to investing, you may actually not even realize whether it's actually successful or not. You may have actually created some great outcomes, but at the same time, you may be investing for the wrong reasons.
Right.
Just like a founder, I would say, I think we need to apply the same metric.
Right.
Have a goal in mind. One goal could be that, look, I just want to learn what new things are happening. The second goal could be that I want to actually create some outcomes from this, where I can create great IRR and great multiples from my investment. A third goal could be that I want to actually use my skill set and work closely with entrepreneurs, and maybe just doing that without a skin in the game does not excite me. So there could be many goals like this. Having a goal will just make sure that you're kind of doing that in the right manner. And the other thing is also that because it's a long-term game, you're investing. It may take 3 years to see an outcome. So how do you also have a game plan which is having at least a 3 to 5 year outlook to say that, okay, let me do some investments, step back, see how they're doing.
Right.
What are the things that I'm gaining? What are the things I'm able to give? And then how do I course correct my investments? And have a way to measure your performance, because then you'll also have a right perspective than just about looking at, okay, this is the most exciting thing that I heard about, just put some money. Of course, there's a space for that also, but your goal should be very clear.
Right. And patience, I think, is very important, right? You spoke about 3 to 5 years. But on average, you look at 6 to 7 years. That's the kind of, is there a metrics there in terms of?
So at the early stage, we see the usual metric that you try to adopt, because you're typically run 10-year funds. So you're investing for the first 3-4 years, and you're looking at creating outcomes in the next 5-6 years.
Okay.
Which means that the average hold period.
Okay.
So any VC, when they're investing,
right,
on an average, this is not the rule.
Sure.
But on an average, it's about 6 years to 7 years is what is the horizon that they have. Now, in some companies, you may have that horizon to extend that beyond 7 years. You can actually go the full hog and say, I'll hold for 10 years. You also have the ability to go back to your investors and say, I'll extend my fund life, because these are some assets which will create exponential returns.
Right.
In which case you can hold it for 10, 15 years as well. But obviously you need to calibrate that with what is the give and take.
Right.
What is the risk reward from an investor's perspective also. I think, as a VC also, you're always balancing between doing what's the most important and right thing for your investee company, but at the same time, you're running a business where you are deploying capital for somebody else who has many other avenues to invest capital. And if they have to park capital with you or with your companies, which is illiquid, it needs to create a suitable alpha so that it's a better opportunity,
right,
and not an opportunity cost for your investor. So it's the right balance as well. So, but usually 6 to 7 years as early stage investors.
Right.
As angel investors, typically the horizon could be 3 years, 4 years as well. Because many times what also happens is you come in as an angel, and as some of the early stage Series A, Series B investors start coming in, they may want to kind of make sure that there is more space in the cap table, and you may create exits for the angels as well. And there my advice would also be that when there are exits available, always take the exits. It's hard for exits to come by. When exits are coming by, do not ignore. So take those exits when it's possible.